Good morning, and welcome back to the one that Celtic fans view this morning. Last night we did a live where we rated every single Celtic player, and I think we were I think we were fair with the way that both myself and everyone on the live graded the players. If you want to watch it, go back and watch it after the end of this video. It is on for an hour, and it took us an hour to get through all the players, but we didn't hang about. We give our thoughts on every single player at Celtic this season. Celtic. And one of the players that we spoke about was James Forrest. And I see that Joe Ledley's been spoken about. And before we get into the video about that, though, Celtic have announced a programme and an international convention to be held at Celtic Park. I'll give you details on that in a second. But before that, James Forrest was one of the players that we spoke about last night. And it's interesting to see that Joe Ledley's been talking about James Forrest in some of the media. And he's saying it's amazing when you think about the 32-year-old James Forrest has been at Celtic for over 14 years. And he's an influential player. And it's not only what he brings to the team on the pitch. And people have been saying, Celtic fans have been saying, why is James Forrest there? Why did he get a new contract? He's past it, this, that, and the next thing. And we seem to do that with Scottish-based players sometimes. But what James has to offer in the run-in to a league season is invaluable. You can't buy that. I mean, as fans, we keep on saying we need to buy in players that have a bit of experience. You cannot buy the experience that James Forrest has. And he's been talking about that in the article. I just thought it was nice that it was. A lot of us were speaking about that last night and what James Forrest can bring to the younger players at Celtic. He knows how to win leagues. Do you know, I think he's won 23 titles and 23 trophies at his time at Celtic, which is unbelievable. 23 winners' medals, including 11 titles. 11 titles in 14 years. That's not to be sniffed at. 23 winners' medals. Do you know? And people give him stick. Say he's a great servant. But what he brings to the club behind the scenes and the knowledge that he knows what it takes to get over the line at the end of the season will be invaluable to Brendan Rodgers and the players at the end of the season. Anyway, let's get into Celtic and see what they're on about with this International Coaches Convention.
Actually, you have to have that hunger to learn, and you have to want to learn. I think coach education is there, but it's taking up the responsibility and the desire to want to improve. I think it's a great thing that the club do to put on an event which allows coaches at all various levels from various countries to come and attend.
Interesting one from Brendan Rodgers, and obviously he's at the forefront of this International Coaches Convention. I didn't know it was anything that Celtic did, and you can go to it. And this is the press release that Celtic put out. There's just over 2 weeks remaining until the Celtic Soccer Academy hosts its annual International Coaches Convention in Glasgow. The 2024 edition will be the 12th year of the ICC, staged, and it'll be the biggest and best yet. This event gives exclusive access to the Academy's global partner club network and behind-the-scenes access to Celtic Football Club. Unprecedented access to Celtic Training Centre facilities at Lennoxtown and our world-renowned home at Celtic Park. In addition, you'll have access to keynote speakers, including a question and answer session with coaching staff. This year, it will include the men's first team manager, Brendan Rodgers. The last remaining places are open for you to book and secure your place today. Join the coaches from around the world in the 2024 International Coaches Convention. And you have a 2-day pass and a 4-day pass. And I thought, how much is this? How much is it? So I went in and the 4-day pass. The 4-day international pass with CPD, whatever that is for international coaches based out with Scotland in partnership with the Scottish FA. We are delighted to offer Scottish FA and UEFA CPD licence holders as follows: a UEFA A and B licence up to 10 hours, an advanced children's licence up to holders up to 5 hours. Programme details. The International Coaches Convention offers both practical and theoretical sessions covering technical sessions include. People are going to laugh at this because people are going to say Brendan Rodgers' football is absolutely garbage and he's going to be telling other coaches how to play football. I've just seen the irony of this, and I'm seeing it for the way that the Celtic fans, a lot of Celtic fans will say, but they hate Brendan Rodgers' football with side-to-side passing and stuff. But he is a well-respected coach within in the game. Anyway, we'll go on. It says the technical sessions include individual player development, tactical development, sports science, talent ID, data analysis, and recruitment. The convention offers unprecedented behind-the-scenes access. Well, we've been through that in the keynote speakers, and it'll be at Celtic Park and at Lennoxtown and the training centre at Barrowfield. I thought that was all ripped up. The Barrowfield training. I thought it was a mud park because they're making it bigger. No. Maybe they're going to show them what's happening to the new building site. I don't know. Anyway, it is at Celtic Park. It starts on April the 10th. So yeah, at Celtic Park, Janfield Street, Edinburgh, G40 3RE, United Kingdom. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I thought there's not much Celtic news kicking around this morning. I had a look around some of the Celtic bloggers, and there's some fantastic bloggers out there, but obviously it's a slow news week. And I think the most interesting one that I've seen that I pulled out was obviously the fact that Celtic breaks into the top European 20 football clubs for shirt sales in the calendar year. It's an old story. It's a couple of weeks old that now. It's the one where Celtic have sold £34 million worth of shirts in the last calendar year, and Leeds are in front of us. Leeds are in front of us in that league. So yeah, I'm not going to look into it too much. It's remarkable that Celtic are in the top 20. They've made £34 million worth of merchandise sales, which is fantastic for the club. It is fantastic for the club, but it's the fans that pay that money. And especially when we're getting to the nitty gritty bit of the season, and Celtic fans are saying, look, that 34 million should have went to players. You know, if you're buying 34 million, well, you've got to look at the profit margin, and you've got to take Adidas cut out of it. So even when you take that, if Adidas take a big majority of it, and there should have been another 10 to 15 million pounds spent on players. That's what fans want to see. They're thinking when they buy merchandise, it's going to go straight into the club's coffers, and the clubs are going to invest it wisely. Not sit on it in the bank. Anyway, if you didn't see the live last night, we spoke about many of the players. Well, we spoke about every single player in the team, and myself and everyone on the live rated them. And hats off to Chilpill, who watched it later on, and he rated every single player in the order that we did it on the live as well. So hats off to you, because that shows that you were paying attention and you watched the full live after the event. Anyway, there's not much Celtic news kicking about today. Obviously, the big one is that Celtic put out the press release about the Celtic Soccer Academy. Sounds like the Celtic soccer casuals back in the 1980s for international coaches. James Forrest is getting a little mention. Other than that, Chris Sutton puts on a timely reminder about an up-and-coming game, and a little thing about Mikey Johnson. Will West Brom go and want to spend good money on him? They're saying that they will put in an offer to Celtic for Mikey Johnson, but we'll wait and see what happens with that one. When you look at some of the teams that are in and around where West Brom are, there are a couple of other teams sniffing about. So it's about how much money. Some people on the video yesterday said that, look, he's playing down in England. Mikey Johnson's surely worth 8 million. Come on, he's nowhere near worth an £8 million player. I mean, that would suggest that he's better than what we bought Jota for. Are you seriously saying that because he's playing in England, he's worth more than what we bought Jota for? Worth more than what we're allegedly going to buy Paulo Bernardo for? Come on, I've not even had my breakfast yet. Having this kind of nonsense laugh. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. Lit. Roll up to the party.